Alright, that ought to do it. So, hopefully, that fixed the chat. Who actually knows? See, if I remember correctly, yes, there we go. Well, so much for that. Whoop. I will say all of the platforming is certainly more tense as Sonic than it is as Tails. Like, as Tails, you know that if you mess up, you can probably fix it. Whereas at Sonic, it's a little more... oh crap. Oh hey, it did fix the chat, yay. So here's one of those things that's in Sonic, but also good luck figuring out how it works. Apparently, the reason Eggman is, you know, like Sonic's always fighting him, essentially boils down to Eggman captures woodland creatures, and oh, we died, to basically put in his robots as batteries. How exactly he turns squirrels into batteries, I don't know, but he does apparently. And that is also why when you're playing a Sonic game, you know, pretty much anytime you hit one of the robots and it comes apart, some little animal pops out, because like, it's not like those animals are inside controlling the robot. No, that would make too much sense. Instead, it's inside there being what is essentially a battery. It's not just squirrels though, like small harmless birds and dogs and cats. And just like basically any small animal. I also don't entirely understand the point of that. Like, why on earth would you make, like, gravity-driven parachute bombs that come out of your ship in such a way that they can hit your own ship? That's never quite made sense to me. You know, I don't think I've ever actually found the special stage in this zone. And I don't mean found as in tried it, I mean found as in, like, I don't even think I've ever seen where it is. You damn chicken turrets. Okay then, that'll work. Oh, okay, yeah, it's not a death pit. Yeah, I can already tell when we get into the later stages. Like, this is gonna be so much harder with Sonic than it was as Tails. It's not even gonna be funny. Like, there's a lot of particularly obnoxious platforming that we just kind of cheesed our way through. And we're gonna have to make an actual legitimate attempt at doing it the right way. Oh, that's what that sound was. That was our score hitting 100,000. Or wait, is that 100,000? No, it's 1,000,000. Yep. Alright, boss time. Oop, there goes all our rings. Yep. Dead. I do like that you can just have Sonic sort of stare dumbfoundedly at whatever Eggman's doing. Like, it's a very, I don't even have a snarky quip for this look. Also, the fact that Eggman's airship has escape hang gliders. I'm not sure how practical that would be, but it is a funny idea. Well, there we go. Okay, so that's... As Sonic, these are a bit of a pain in the ass, actually. You kind of have to land on the outermost edge of them, otherwise you're not really going to be able to build up any momentum. Even then, you actually really can't. Yeah, I can honestly say I don't care for these. Oh, and instead of flying over these, we're gonna have to actually platform on them. That is unfortunate. I don't even want to think about what a humongous pain in the ass the ninja boss is going to be as Sonic instead of Tails. Like, the whole idea of that kind of hurts my brain, to be honest. That does kind of bring up something I've always found a little strange about the Sonic games. So, Sonic is supposed to be like the fastest, strongest, you know, all around, like, he's the dude you want to actually have save the day. But Tails has a much easier time actually saving said day. He's a much easier character to play as. Oh, you can break these. Neat. Oh, bollocks. I mean, to a certain extent I get that, but also, given that he's, you know, in-universe so much weaker than Sonic, it's always been strange to me that he's, you know, so much more useful. Like, basically what I'm saying is, given Sonic's in-universe the hilariously overpowered one, shouldn't he basically be Baby's first Sonic character, and then everyone else be like a challenge character, more or less? I don't know, I've just always found that weird. That's kind of my point, though, is like, Tails is smarter and can fly, so shouldn't he have, like, the more technical playstyle, while Sonic is the haha, look how overpowered I am, eat shit Eggman kind of character? I mean, it's not, I'm not suggesting that anything should be done about it. It's just something, it's an observation, really. That's all I'm saying, Jack. Can I hop on this? No. I'm gonna be honest, Boris, this is one of those statements that really just shows that you are not a fan of the series. Because, no. He's always been hilariously overpowered. And amusingly, I don't think we've ever seen Sonic have to deal with a situation without his powers. Like, he's just always been hilariously overpowered. Oh, bollocks. Like, and no, I'm not just assuming that Boris isn't a fan of Sonic. I've known him for long enough to know that he certainly enjoys making fun of parts of it. I'm gonna be honest, they kind of dropped the idea of Shadow being overpowered after Sonic 06. We get a very, very brief cutscene in Sonic 06 of Shadow taking off his little limiter bracelets and beating up some stuff to show how overpowered he is, and then, like, they haven't touched that idea since. Although, the comics did just kind of bring back a little bit of his nonsense from 06. With, like, references to him using weapons in vehicles a lot. Instead of, like, fighting directly. So, make of that what you will. apparently that is still a canon part of his character, that he likes guns and vehicles. I mean, to be fair, it's at least not the worst thing they could bring back from that game. And it's not the only thing they've kept from that game. I mean, silver is still here. No one's really sure why silver is still here, but he is. Apparently. And we have no rings. Oh, death. Are you implying that you're Silver the Hedgehog? Do I need to go get my gun? I'm sorry, I've sworn an oath to kill any and all time travelers I ever find. Because this cannot possibly go well, so... if that's what you're implying... it's not going to end well for you. No. Silver the Hedgehog. The cringy Sonic OC character who is basically Future Trunks with telekinesis. Except a Sonic character. Oh, for fuck's sake. Have I mentioned that I hate this boss? Is that what this boss is? Because yes, I can agree that this boss feels like an endless recursion of time. I seriously beat the game, and I'm not doing any better at this than I was the first time around. Doesn't really help that this is like one of the only bosses in the game that you just cannot hit more than once very easily anyway. Oh, there he goes. Oh, good. Well, if I mentioned it's 7 million, then you won't forget. Okay, so I think I mentioned this in the previous part, but also chat was broken, so But like, yeah, I've played through both Sonic Forces and this, and I've never quite figured out if Eggman made the Phantom Ruby or just found it. Nor have I ever, strictly speaking, figured out what the hell the Phantom Ruby actually does. Like, I know what they say it does, but also what they say it does doesn't really account for what it actually does. Because they say that the Phantom Ruby essentially creates virtual reality hallucinations. But following from that logic, that would mean that nothing that Phantom Ruby shows you is real? And if that were true, then neither this game nor Sonic Forces make any sense. Because in this game, the Phantom Ruby is constantly teleporting you from zone to zone. And in Forces, it does all manner of reality warping nonsense. So, like, the question is, what does it do? Like, it seems to just be able to warp reality to do whatever, pretty much. But then they say it's just not real and some kind of realistic hallucination. Except it can kill you. And they never quite get around to explaining what the deal with that is. Like, why? If it's a hallucination, why do you die from it? Unfortunately, the whole Phantom Ruby thing also makes, like, this game's story kind of disappointing, because, like, no, really, all it does is explain why Classic Sonic is in Sonic Forces, and also retcon Classic Sonic to be an alternate universe version of Sonic instead of, you know, just a past version of himself. So, yay, it gave us a bad retcon and a plot point no one cared about in a not especially good game. We're still gonna stream Sonic Forces on the channel soon enough. I just don't know exactly when. Actually, there's another odd point. So even though the Phantom Ruby's powers supposedly aren't real, it was still able to essentially bring classic Sonic to what, for him, amounts to a different universe. So, apparently the thing can warp reality enough to actually teleport you to other universes. But somehow is, like, not entirely real. Oh, I got a text message. I bet chat broke again, didn't it? I bet it did. Whoa, an extra life. I'm gonna need that. Actually, thinking on it, I think Eggman would have to have made the Phantom Ruby, because the only reason you can beat the Phantom Ruby in Forces is because you have a prototype version of it that makes you immune to it. Or not immune to it, but able to at least temporarily get rid of its hallucinations, basically. So, like, the question is, though, Eggman can make something like the Phantom Ruby, why did he only make one? Oh, there Where's all my rings? Oh, dead. What? Oh, I fell. Well, bollocks. Okay, so I'm gonna restart the stream again to fix chat. So we'll be right back in just a minute.